Still has that intense look on his face. Greetings once again, heroes and villains out there. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with another episode of My Hero Academia, where previously Tomo Shigaraki has been greatly damaged in his battle against Star and Stripe. Now he must heal, which has bought the students of UA a little bit of time to continue training, but they can't let their guard down, as All for One has a mole within UA, a mole that Hagakure has found, none other than Yuga Aoyama, born into a wealthy family but quirkless. In order to make sure their son lived a happy life, they made a deal with the devil, which explains why his own ability harms him so much. And while Aoyama's family probably thought they could just throw money at the problem, he was forced to be a traitor to those he would call friends. And so they have recently received another order, apologizing to their son for what they have to make him do, only for Deku to arrive on the scene and Aoyama confessing to his deeds. Deku is forced to restrain Aoyama and his family and turn them over to the authority. Unfortunately, they have to all congregate within a classroom, and Aoyama confesses to everything. But in a bid to save his friend's soul, Deku extends a hand, knowing that there's still something that can be done for Yuga to be a hero. What'll happen next? Join me as I find out, won't you? The current situation is that Aoyama is the only one who may be able to trick All for One. How? Why? Why would they do this for me, even though I'm a terrible villain? Wait a minute, guys. You're moving too fast. A crime is a crime. I don't want to say it, but you know, you guys are the main victims here. Do you still trust him? That all happened in the past. We weren't able to understand his feelings, so it's partially our responsibility as well. That's why we wanted to take the hand of our classmate who is crying in despair as his friend, and for him to take our hands. Yes, that's the only way we can be equals again, right? This isn't so much just as a way of getting at All for One, but I mean it is. But this is an opportunity for him to make up, and for him not to just only be the traitor. You know, if you leave it at that, then there's no redeeming him after all this. I went through a lot at the training camp, you know. I'll give you 5 blasts of my Alesso. That's too hard to respond to, so stop it. Yeah, you went with what All for One said because you thought you couldn't beat him, right? But it's different now. You told your parents you wanted to stop, right? When we went to go stop Midoriya, did anyone say anything bad about being quirkless? Did anyone hate the guy who was hiding something while holding back tears? Back then everyone said it, right? To let us share the responsibility too. That we won't let you go alone. That unnecessary meddling was the essence of a hero. Emma, it's not over yet. Let's all go through this together, right? And of course they'd want to forgive him and do something to redeem him because they're trying to be heroes. They're trying to be good people. And a good person recognizes when someone was coerced into something they didn't want to do. They're the ones who spent the most time with him, so they'd be able to recognize that no, there had to have been something more to it than that. Wait a minute, sorry to cut in right now. But first we need to ask the Aoyamas to cooperate with our investigation. All for One won't fall for any lies. You heard them earlier. If they lie, they'll be punished. Understand how you feel, but we need to calm down. And Midoriya, you said you would lead All for One to where we wanted him, right? Do you have a concrete plan for that? No, not yet. That's what I thought. Jeez. Detective Tsukuchi, I bear responsibility for not catching this as their homeroom teacher. However, I feel the same as the student. Aizawa, I still have no intention of expelling you, right? That's a damn good teacher. Sees that a student is going through something and is just like, no, I will not punish this child for this. This is when a student is most in need of guidance, when they go down the wrong path. See, that's a true adult right there. Especially in the situation where their parent, a child's parents has failed them. That is when a teacher is needed most in order to help lead that child down the right path. And they're like, you are in my care, you are my student, and I need to get you on the right path. To abandon you now, that would be the most shameful thing of all. I love that. As Class A's homeroom teacher, I have an idea. An idea? Detective Tsukuchi, can you make a arrangement so Ayama and his parents cannot hear what I'm about to say. Yes, of course. The plan I came up with is, I see. Each location will need to be inspected, but it does seem like it could work. Yes, it all depends on him, though. We only have 1 week. Instead of just sitting and waiting, it could be worth trying, huh? I'll bring this back to HQ to work out the details. Please refrain from discussing this with anyone who was not present today. Ayama. The moment when, they've been through a lot, especially when it came to All for One. But this is the one that hits the closest to home because it was someone that they've been the closest to. This is why I didn't mind the reveal being so late in, because it's like, no, because the students have been together for a year. A year getting to know someone. Oh, almost a year. Pretty much a year. And to now find out someone was suffering with this the entire time they knew them, there's a lot of feelings of guilt and shame and regret and betrayal. It's so many emotions to process right now. And now it's just this shared thing that they all have. You should start getting ready. Yeah. First, I need to do something about my costume. It's been worn to pieces. Mine too. We need to continue the intense training and improve our quirks as much as we can. Yeah, everyone. Let's make sure we defeat him. Yeah. this intense group shot in order to prepare for the next battle and make sure I'm completely ready. There's a piece of equipment I need fixed. Yep. Deja vu. I've been in this place before. Oh my, it's been a while, isn't it, Midoriya? The feeling of you underneath my chest. It still has that intense look on his face. It's all up in their titties. I'm sorry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. You need something, you two. Danger sense didn't react. I must be tired today. I mean, those were breasts. Like there's a reason they didn't react. Like there ain't nothing dangerous about that. Anyway, Hatsume, we have come here today to ask you to repair our costumes. Why don't you just ask the items agency like you usually do? Oh, right now the items agency, basically any kind of business, has come to a halt. That's why we came to the support course. Oh really? No wonder. Don't tell me Hatsune isn't aware of anything that happened out there. That look in her eyes is just like, she is the equivalent of a shut-in. She's been working hard for a while, man. Hatsune, why do you always make things explode like that? Power loader, you two are here to get your costumes repaired, right? Come in. Ooh, jeez, really going at it in here. It looks so different in here. The principal's pet project, the UA barrier. I'm in charge of its development. I'm also keeping it running. The whole support course is involved. Is that right? Oh, mid-gauntlets. They use the latest in compression technology, right? They're prototypes from overseas, so there's no stock anywhere. I'd like you to fix them for me. Are you in a hurry? Yeah. Can't do it then, sorry. With the amount of damage, I would basically be remaking them from scratch. I don't have any of the condanium needed for the compression mechanism. So it's impossible right now. I'm sorry. Walking away is an impossible speed. Hatsune, what about my armor? I can't do it without the specification documents. To the point. Don't worry. We'll make it for you. We're the same class as Hatsune. Thank you so very much. I'm in your debt. It's fine. It's fine. It's unexpected, though. I thought the machinery mechanic like Hatsune would definitely take this on herself. Buddy, she's already taken on a lot herself. She's the ultimate workaholic. Hatsune, what are you making? They're flying? Ah. Hatsune is also involved in powering up the UA barrier. She just keeps coming up with new mechanisms for when we need to evacuate. I said it before, but her vitality and ideas are completely unique. If you want to cool your legs, then why don't you run with your arms? Yep. The way she said that. But one of the greatest adjustments to how Izuku does things came from Hatsume. It's easy to forget that sometimes, even if it's 100% now. The next minute it could become 90%. Once I think of a baby, I have to raise it. That's what I always say. She always says, I see. That's why she hasn't given any sidelong glances at what's happening outside, and it's just immersed in the adventure she loves. Hatsume really is amazing and kind of scary. You're soft, Midoriya. As soft as polyethylene? Polyethylene? What the hell? Sorry, I didn't get it. I at least know that your heroes are in a pinch. We can't fight. That's why we're trying different things. I gotta say, the moment you start looking past Power Loader's mask and all that, I'm like, God, he looks so handsome under there. I know that's a weird thing to say in this moment, but it's just like, dude, without his mask, I feel like he'd be like super super hot to make sure you can protect as many as possible. See? It's the same. Inventing is the support course's heroes work. It's impossible to make something exactly the same. They're inferior to the mid-gauntlet, but if you're okay with my babies, please use them. Even gloves? Oh, did you make them with your left hand just now? Oh god! Ada, I can accurately replicate your armor. But if you'd like, alright, thanks. You're just getting ready to make their measurements. Please tell this to the others in the hero course. Let's win this. Their faces. Oh, that was fast, you two. You just finished getting ready. Oh, good. We made it. Would their faces usually go back to normal right away? I've heard about what happened with Class A. That's still like that. Oh my god. Well, we can't waste another day. Early detection of the Paranormal Liberation Front and the League of Villains, and getting rid of them in one clean sweep is still the best plan. We can't abandon the quickest path to decisive victory. Hesitating and stopping in our tracks is playing right into their hands. Ayama, I wonder if he'll take our hands. I swear to God, I believe in him. Will definitely come back to us. It was a good way of lightening up a very heavy mood. I hope it doesn't turn into a curse though. I think it'll be fine. I'm sure he's looked hard at what he wants to be more than anyone. Determined nod. Let's switch gears. Midoriya, Bakugo, Todoroki. We'll build teams around these three and spread out the most important characters. UA High School Hero Class 1A. Join the search. Kansai region. Miwa around the same time. Output level 100%. Netri Fullad. She looks weird with short hair, honestly. Not bad. Just, I do miss her long hair. Sun Eater, was anyone injured? No, Netri. Thank you. The villains have started throwing their weight around in the countryside too. Don't worry, you're safe now. We'll take you to Shiketsu High School. It's a stronghold that rivals UA. Thank you. Can you just let us see your face? No, don't. I can't. Ryukigi. Of course, we want to protect the evacuees, but as people leave the cities, we're getting a lot less intel about the villains. It's rough. Now that this has happened, we won't be able to launch a surprise attack anymore. We'll have to do the opposite, and that means both sides need to be infallible. We'll have to do the real all-out war is about to begin. Ingenium, Eraserhead, Central Hospital, one of the few places that actually still looks intact. In order to keep coordination with this critical facility secret, a number of police stations have moved operations to adjoining spaces. League of Villains Paranormal Liberation Front Contraforce HQ. For Plan B, I summarized the important points we need for our second decisive battle. Young Aoyama is currently awaiting his test result. Because of Aoyama, our movements are now limited. No one here has been deemed trustworthy based on various circumstantial evidence. Yeah, Star's team is still here because we can't really go back home with everything that's happened in action, so we're ready to move forward with this. We'll have to have the main forces of heroes, including Endeavor and Genius, out in field taking command. Since this is an urgent but secret meeting, we're playing it safe and keeping this to a small group. I understand all that, but wild pussycat. It's sad Ryuka and the others couldn't be here, man. Sorry about that. You don't suspect them or anything. Yeah. It always sucks that she lost her ability, which is actually really unfortunate because her ability is the worst one of them all. It's been the biggest pain in the ass. Shigaraki and the others are using my search for evil, yeah. I'll do my best to help. Let me hear those important points you were talking about. The representations for Shigaraki. All for one. Oh god. This is something we have to do whether it's Plan A or Plan B. We have to split them up, based on data from the fight with Star and Stripe. Tomoe Shigaraki is currently much more powerful than All for One. As for All for One, those of you who saw the battle at Kamina should already know how strong he is. Plus, in addition to their contact with using radii, there's a shared consciousness they showed us in the attack on Tartarus. But we don't know how much they actually share yet. So if they come at us together, we cannot win. Yep. Then why don't they use that against Star? Why didn't they use that against Star? They're probably trying to avoid her calling his name, since with New Order's rules saying All for One would probably have worked for this second decisive battle. We should keep them at least 10 kilometers apart. That's the minimum prerequisite for us to win. Of course, the other side will be moving their pieces so that doesn't happen. That's exactly right, Tsukuchi. The fearsome fire that spreads and burns everything up. The threat we clearly experienced at the train camp and Mountain Villa. Yeah, Dabi's intense fire. Just having Dabi in the vanguard will stop us in our track. So then, in order to separate All For One and Shigaraki, we have to separate Dabi? Not just Dabi. Right, everyone. We need to separate the Emery's main force and crush each and every one of them. In order to do that, we need to lure out the enemy. Isn't that a little too optimistic? If we could do that, we wouldn't be having a hard time. Yes, that's why in order to achieve these conditions, we need to plan. We need a plan. Aoyama, huh? He's still shaking. A boy born quirkless being used his whole life. I feel bad for him. But we can't prioritize our own feelings over the world. It doesn't change the fact that he abandoned society. In my position, I need to be careful. I want to believe in young Aoyama, and I will believe in his homework teacher, Shota Aizawa. The girls has come back, and we didn't find anything abnormal. There was nothing wrong with his brainwaves or nervous system either. God, the way that doctor looks. So the quirk that allowed him to make Lady Nagant blow up must have been acquired after All Might defeated him. And to think of it, if he were able to plant something to make traitors explode, then he wouldn't have need to make an example of anyone by killing them. I forgot about that. If he had something like that, he wouldn't have needed to make an example of anyone. The moment you betrayed him, boom! Just instantly. So Nagant literally got the raw end of the deal. Probably during the prison break, he got the ability. He's just like, give a mad bomber right there. Or give threats like, I'll kill you if you lie to me. That's why All For One planted a seed of fear in this boy and his parents. Jeez. What a great visual. Are you scared? You won't make any friends who'd say all that in this lifetime. Damn right. You want to take the hand of our classmate, who is crying in despair as his friend. What are you afraid of? All For One? Yes. And I can't twinkle like them. I'm scared of that too. The more they believe in me, the less I can believe in myself, right? That can be the worst thing too. Doing something you know is wrong, and I speak from personal experience. That's why Aoyama's situation hits the hardest. When you end up doing something that you know others would think less of you for, and then just have them still believe in you. Oh, that can sometimes hurt worse than their condemnation, because it makes you feel bad for even betraying that trust in the first place. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. And it'll make you want to do what you can to get back on right track. Even if I could take their hand. If All For One appears in front of me again, I might do the same thing again, right? That's what I'm scared of. And once you slip down the wrong path, you're always scared of doing it again, because you compromise something you never thought you would. You thought you were stronger than that, and it becomes a very hard thing because you never want to do it again. You don't want to fall down that slippery path. You don't want to betray the trust of those who took the time to believe in you. It's hard. That's why I won't give up. I have to go somewhere where there's no light and wait for death. They would probably take extenuating circumstances into consideration, but what you did won't go away. Aoyama, even when this fight is over, you may not be able to stay at UA. Those guys are your friends, so they were nice about it, but I'm not like them. I'll give it to you straight. Yeah, sometimes you also need someone who will just give it to you as it is. That fear planted inside him. I'll rip it out if I have to. Fight. All you can do now is fight. Aizawa channeling Eren Yeager. Tatsukai! Tatsukai! I know that we have to win. I have to be a piece to help us win so I can be equal. I know this, but that's true. And using you like this may make us no different from All For One. But I won't let you give up like this and die, tormented by your actions, right? Not as long as I am your hero course teacher. And you're my student. I love the visual of Aizawa being in the light and Aoyama being in the darkness with his only light, his shining light being from Aizawa. It's an on-the-nose visual, but I like it. I still have no intention of expelling you. I'm not going to teach any student to live a life feeling indebted to others, even if you're wretched and miserable. Go walk with your friends who held out their hands to you. We'll protect you. I can promise you this. If you're with them, you'll be fine. Right? Hell yeah. But what can a lone criminal like me do? There's no way he's not scared. Anyone would be. That's why. We're not making you do this alone. What a great shot. You UA students and us teachers and pro heroes. That path is a path we'll all walk together. The story of how we all became heroes. So for me personally, the whole situation with Aoyama, perfect. It's perfect. I love it. Just every element of it, I love it. And the way everyone reacted, the part Aizawa plays, just Aoyama feeling down on himself, and Aizawa and the others knowing they need to pull him away from that. His parents may receive a harsher punishment overall, but coercion has to be taken into account as well. They went to someone to get something, and again, like I said before, they probably just thought, pay it away. We have enough money, we'll give him as much as he wants. You know, money is no element. They'd probably give up their whole fortune for their son just to make sure he was happy. But then it's like, oh, I want you to be a spy for me. It's like, no, betrayal and deception, that's not what we do. Okay, then you die. It's simple as that. You either follow what I say or you die. Deal with the devil. Oh, hey, come on. It's time to go. Oh, Shinsa. Okay. The thing, that moment with Hatsume though, oh my god, just pities. It really helped to break up the tension of what has been very tense. And I feel like a lot of My Hero readers started to... I feel it was around the time of the Class 1A versus Class B situation, and how that juxtaposed with the whole League of Villains thing. A lot of people seem to think that My Hero was going to take on this darker tone and all that, and it eventually did. But so many people were just chomping at the bit for these darker elements, and for Deku to just go away from the school and this, that, and the other. And no! So many people didn't seem to really understand that Horikoshi wanted to tell a story based around Deku and his friends. Honestly, I'm more annoyed when Deku has no involvement with his friends, or a lot of the other students don't get a lot of time to shine, because I look at that title, My Hero Academia, very seriously. It is about Deku learning at his school, and any kind of big breakaways from that, just no, I'm not feeling it like you think I should, or you may think I should. I am always down for more stuff that involves Deku and his class. And that moment where everyone got so intense, that tense look from everyone. Ooh, so good, so good. Like I said before, that moment where they all collectively had that same feeling of just, oof, you made it more personal than ever, all for one. This, we will never forgive you for. And I loved it. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How did you feel about this whole Ayama and Aizawa and the kids and all that? How did you feel about that? And that moment with their faces pushed in. But again, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.